Okay, recording this video Friday 13th of December 2013. It's 11:30 a.m. Chicago time. Done my trading a couple of hours ago, just looking at the market and thought I'd record a little video, get this out. A couple of housekeeping things. First of all, Keith let me know today that the emails have not been coming out, not been distributed from the site. So apparently there was some kind of sync error with my email distribution service. Since the 8th of December the emails have not been kind of coming out, so apologies for that. There's been a couple in the meantime. If you want to check the site, I don't think the old emails will be kind of refreshed and resent, unfortunately, so if you're interested in going back looking at the site, you can kind of check out what's been going on the last few days. So apologies for that, but you know, tech problems. Another thing to note, the video service that I use to spread my videos, kind of host my videos, has been changing formatting over the last couple of months, and it's been a little bit painful. For whatever reasons, the videos now play very nicely on an iPad, but they don't play on an Android mobile device or an Android tablet, and there's not a fix for the certainly foreseeable future until the video casting service I use kind of fixes something. So apologies for that. It's a little bit kind of disappointing, but I do try and put up all the videos on YouTube, so if you can't watch them on a mobile device or a tablet device on the site itself, check out YouTube for the YouTube channel, and I do get most of them up there kind of with a little bit of delay, but they are kind of there. And third thing to say, this is probably the last of my trading for live trading for a few days, because we're on the move again. So we've had a really nice time, about 3 months here in Biarritz, France, and we're moving on to North America. We're going to be in Canada for a month and a bit, which will be fun. Anyway, so just to let you know, I'll be traveling starting on Monday for a few days. So housekeeping stuff. Let's just talk about the market today. And on the long-term tip bar charts, let me just refresh your menu. So day trading wise, my setup is the 500, 1500 and 4500 tip bar charts. That's what I use for my day trading. I also look at the long-term charts to get a bigger picture, kind of swing trading charts, and that's where I start with this 4,500. So this is the long-term charts here, starting with 4,500. 3 times that gives me 13,000, and 3 times that gives me 40,500. So that's what I look at in my long-term charts. Now, I said yesterday's video I didn't think the downtrend was over until we see exhaustion on a left shoulder. Now, these charts look a little funky. Just remember, yesterday was rollover, and this is because the continuous contract TradeStation chooses to plot during the rollover day the new contract, whereas I'm trading the old contract, and I think they should actually keep the old contract because that's where the volume is. But anyway, the amount of activity that we had yesterday was not unlike the day before, so we should have seen that kind of activity, that number of bars or near that number of bars during yesterday. But because they choose those rules on their kind of rollover, it looks a little bit funky. But anyway, we do what we can. So this is the sell down. We had a nice topping out pattern, pullback to end of trend with exhaustion, bearish divergence, and then Rambo patterns right at the high, and then a break through support into a downtrend. We kind of messed around. I think this was the Monday. Tuesday is when we really kind of got going, and this is the volume that we sold down. You can see better momentum down here. That's the extreme kind of selling getting this move going. All of that volume has to come out at the tail end. They've got to take profits at the bottom of this move and kind of reverse and go the other way. And we've not seen that kind of exhaustion selling to bottom this move. So all I think we're doing today is we found a little bit of support after yesterday and today's testing activity. We're going up to find a pullback and a downtrend resistance area. So these lines will start to wrap together. And when they cross and kind of wrap over and we find our resistance level, that's when we'll kind of push down again. Whether we're going to go further than the day's low, who knows, but what we'd be looking for, what I'm looking for, is that similar type exhaustion volume to end this move. So a little bit of a rally today. Everybody think it's just be a 2-day sell-off. I think it's going to last a little longer because I think that thing's got to play in, but we'll see that thing going on. So that's long-term tip bar charts, and it's exactly the same principle that I'm using on my day trading. So again, I'm looking for that intermediate time frame, which is this one, the 13,500, for those exhaustion volume signals to signal trend changes. And exactly the same principles go on the day trading chart. So 500, 1500, 45, and I'm looking for that exhaustion pattern during the day here for reversals, and bang, there we go, we get it today. So with yesterday's activity, just to remind you, the sell-off that we had led to a little bit of a rally today. So this is yesterday's activity, which is very kind of compressed, but we came into a resistance level at the beginning of the day and continued to sell off. And the reason why we were selling off there was because we'd not seen that exhaustion pattern during the full liquidity of the day. We needed to see that on the 1500, the intermediate time frame. So it wasn't a nice pullback to end of trend. It came close, but it was a little bit of a complex correction here. And what we've done is we've put in that exhaustion selling. Blue professional bars come in, so it's a pro signal exit. We put in a little bullish divergence pattern here, the first one, kind of close to the zero line, so it needs to put in a little bit deeper. Another flush pattern here. Here the amateur's getting wrong-footed here. Amateur bar, expecting it to break to new lows, does not. And then we kind of come back, go through some more cyclical activity, and now another break. So, you know, the market moves between cyclical activity, just like this, and then goes into trend moves, where we get a break. This kind of didn't print pullback to end of trend, but it was a trend break nonetheless that came back to support. Now we've gone through a little bit of cyclical activity and we're breaking into an uptrend. And the nice thing about this kind of pattern is you can see the blue professional bars and exhaustion came in at the lows, tested with our flush pattern down here. The amateurs getting excited, getting going a little bit too early, so that forms a little Rambo pattern there, where they're kind of buying this breakout and it comes back and tests. And there you can see, you know, look at this little cluster of blue professional bars, but particularly this little small range bar here coming in at the 68s and then getting going there. You know, so they're picking up that little downtrend and then, anxious to get on board it. Bang, jump on board. We keep going, breakthrough resistance, and we're into an uptrend. Now I'm done my trading. I think we're going to have a little bit of a rally. It's 11:30. So we've done, all of this for reversal. Kind of the timing's right to get a little bit of reversal. It's pretty slow today. The activity was slow this morning, so I'm not going to trade it, but I made my money on the short side this morning with two little short trades. And on 1500 we kind of back it in as well on the 500 tip bar chart. So this, beginning of the day, Rambo patterns, exhaustion, and we kind of roll over from here. Then, this thing's not over until we see pull back to end of trend. We've got our exhaustion patterns on the left shoulder, flushing it out with a couple of flush patterns here, and then coming back in. And you can see these little Rambo to Rambo channels. So, amateurs getting wrong-footed here and here and here and here and here, and now, they came in. Those blue professional bars, cyclical activity holding. So we've had trend moves to here, cycle activity to here, and here we're just breaking up through cycle activity. That blue professional up bar hopefully will come through 72s, and that'll be jumping the creek kind of activity. But we had a bit of exhaustion selling and blue professional bars kind of come in there. So it's looking for a nice kind of reversal there. Again, it is slow. I mean, while I've been recording this video, we've done nothing. It's kind of gone nowhere, and we're in a breakout kind of zone. So we'll see. The two trades I did take this morning though were, was a short 71.50, which was kind of about here on the way down, and then got out because it had a pretty sharp reversal at about here, and just got out with 1.5 points at 70, and then went short again at 69.50 when it was kind of clear that it needed to see that exhaustion pattern. And then I took out 3 on the way down here, got out at the pro signal exit kind of here. So even on a slow day, fairly smallish range today, you can, if you pick a reasonable amount to make, you can kind of pick them out of the trend moves. So there we go, done my trading. Shan't bother putting those on, but let's see what it ends up doing by the end of the day. It'll be interesting, but we've got the makings of a little breakout and a little run to the upside.